Friday, and it's Seniors Matters time. I'm Brenda Charles Edwards, the host of Seniors Matter. We are here every Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your South Seattle community radio station. You can also listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on the Rainier Avenue Radio app. We feature interviews with people that provide services or have valuable information for our community. Do you need financial documents notarized? Are you a person that needs documents read to you for clarity or completion? If you're in the hospital or in assisted living, just give me a call at Black Orchid Notary 206-683-2636. Today, my guest is LaNesha Debardelaben, and she's executive director of blackpast.org. But I'd like to make a couple of announcements before I invite her into the show. The Call to Conscious Black History Month Museum opens here at the Columbia City Theater starting next Monday on February 14th, on Thursdays and Fridays from 3 to 7 p.m., and Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 5. Go to calltoconscious.world for tickets. Want to make more community broadcasts like this possible? Donate right now on Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio or online at rainieravenueradio.world/donate through Shunpike, and we thank you for helping make community broadcasting possible. All right, now I want to welcome a very special person. Miss LaNesha, come on in.
Hello there, Miss Brenda.
Hi, dear. It's been a long time, too long.
Far too long, but here we are, reconnected and happy about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the last time I saw you, you were working with NAM, Northwest African American Museum, doing a mighty fine job. And then I find out you've moved on and you're with blackpast.org, of which you're executive director. Just tell me a little bit about that, would you please?
Absolutely, yes. I've been in Black museum leadership for over 20 years, and I was simultaneously, trying to work on a PhD at the same time, and it just was not. I wasn't making progress on one, and that was the PhD. So I took a sabbatical from active museum leadership for 2 years, starting at the end of 2023. I went on sabbatical and studied full-time at the University of Washington to make progress on my PhD, which is in the history of African American education. And I am now in the dissertation writing phase. Ooh. And received a call during the summer of 25 to come onto the team at BlackPast. And so I had capacity and certainly had passion for the mission. And here I am, grateful to serve such a wonderful organization that continues my work in Black historic preservation.
Absolutely. Oh, that is great. So who was the founder?
Blackpast.org was founded in 2007 by Dr. Quintar Taylor. He was a history professor at the University of Washington. He was the author of several important and groundbreaking books on African American history of the West, including the history of Seattle's Central District, his famous book called The Forging of a Black Community. He was a Pulitzer Prize nominated author. He was a Fulbright scholar. He was a community icon. Mm-hmm. And in 2007, he founded this website to ensure that accurate Black history would be accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world, 24/7. And it has fulfilled that mission for 19 years now.
I had the privilege of meeting him, and he was on my show. So he was just a remarkable man, just remarkable.
Absolutely brilliant. Dr. Taylor was so humble in his personality, but so profound and wise in his scholarship and his knowledge of history and African American history. And he was able to really tell amazing stories in ways that touches people's hearts and helps them to remember the importance of our collective history.
Yes, and that is so important since some people seem to be wanting to erase our history. But I won't go into that. But I know that you're get ready to celebrate him and his life, and you're doing an event on February 17th. Would you tell my audience about that, please?
Absolutely. Well, the world lost Dr. Taylor in September of 2025. He passed on. And on this upcoming February 7, it's a Saturday at 3 o'clock, blackpass.org will be hosting what's called a celebration of life and a commemoration of Black history. It will be just a beautiful family friendly celebration of Dr. Taylor's life, his legacy, his impact. And it will also be a Black history program. So it will feature performances, African dance and drumming, and musical performances by choirs. And there will be speakers and vendor tables. So people can come out and just enjoy a day of recommitting ourselves to who we are as a community and as Black folks in this Black history program. It is going to also be intergenerational. So we'll have a room for kids where they're going to create their own little Black history books as well. Lots of great activities throughout the day.
And where is it going to be held?
It will be at New Beginnings Christian Fellowship in Kent, Washington. 3 o'clock is the keynote program. The vendor tables will be there. Starting at 1 o'clock, because Dr. Taylor was a part of two influential fraternities, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, and they'll have their fraternal ceremonies at 1:30, which are free and open to the public. People can come in and enjoy those ceremonies. And then at 2:30, our festivities start in the lobby, and 3 o'clock, we all go into the sanctuary for the keynote program. And after the keynote program, there will be a free catered reception.
I was going to say, I know there had to be some munchies somewhere in there.
Definitely. We will be feeding as we fellowship and honor Dr. Taylor's life.
So how can those that are interested, especially my listeners and viewers, how can they attend this free program?
Yes, there is an Eventbrite. Individuals can go to the blackpass.org webpage, which is www.blackpass.org, and you will right there on the main page find the link to register for this free event. But we also know that some people, are not, comfortable with technology. And so they can also contact Black Pass at 206-880-1433. And they can just show up. Registration is optional. It's only, for those who want to be reminded and have the calendar invite, but folks can just show up and be with community on February 7 at New Beginnings.
And also you can watch this on the blackpast.org YouTube channel, and it's Black, BLACK, capital PAST.org, just in case there's any confusion. Just to update you, you're listening live to Seniors Matter with me, your host, Brenda Charles Edwards, on www.rainieravenueradio.world. You can also listen to us on YouTube, the Rainier Avenue Radio app, and Facebook. And we invite a variety of guests to discuss issues and activities that may impact the lives of older adults, their families, and the community. And my guest today, Miss LaNesha, is the executive director of blackpass.org. And this is definitely a community event that you don't want to miss. So why are activities like this important at this moment, LaNesha?
Activities like this are important because, first of all, we need one another. We are in this together. We are in this moment of crisis together, but we are also in this moment of possibility of renewal together. This is the 100th anniversary of the existence of Black History Month, which was founded 100 years ago in 1926. So this is a historic moment.
Yes.
This is a milestone moment, And this is a moment in which we need to be together as a community as we enter Black History Month for the 100th time, as a nation. And so this is really important. Folks can live, as you mentioned, they can live stream into the program. If they're not able to be at New Beginnings on February 7th, they can live stream and still experience that sense of togetherness and engagement.
And thank goodness for live streaming, because so many people would miss out on programs if we didn't have that. And I'm glad we have that technology now.
I agree.
So you've talked a little bit about Black History Month and the time frame. Can you expand on it just a little bit more? Like, who are some of your favorite features in Black history?
Absolutely. And I'd love to hear about yours too, Miss Brenda. So some of my, the founder of Black History Month is an inspiration to me. Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who was the son of formerly enslaved people. He was born in 1875 in West Virginia and became the second African American to receive a PhD in history from Harvard University after W.E.B. Du Bois was the first. And so he was a trailblazer. He was deeply committed to ensuring that this nation remembers and honors the contributions, the achievements, the sacrifices of its African American citizens. And so he, in 1926, worked with his fraternity brothers and others to start Black History Month. And well, it was at that time Negro History Week, which was
Right.
between the week of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln's birthdays. And in the 70s, it expanded to Black History Month. So he is an inspiration, but also so many others: James Baldwin,
Mhm.
Malcolm X, Fannie Lou Hamer, of
Yeah.
course, Dr. King, the beloved soul. But so many, Mary McLeod Bethune, and so many others, Ella Baker, I mean, A. Philip Randolph. We could
Go on and
Harriet
on and on.
Tubman, Sojourner Truth, on and on. But also my grandmother.
Oh,
My grand who like she was not out, marching and changing policy, but she changed my life with her sense of self and love and graciousness. Her example framed my whole um, perception of the world and who I am. Who are some of your favorites, Miss Brenda, from Black
well,
history?
before I say that, do you mind mentioning her name?
Galia Yvonne Johnson.
All right. All right. I like that. So my favorite, well, one of my favorites has to be Mary McLeod Bethune, because I am a past president of the Seattle section of NCNW. So she founded it, and she opened the door for women and men, but particularly Black women, to have their own organizations, be recognized, be ladies, be Christian, all of the above, all the positive things in life. That was her. A couple years ago, I had a chance to go to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C., and she has a section of her own. And I went in there and I sat down at the table that she used to do her work, and in the conference room. And there's all these pictures of her. And I was just sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is just a wonderful opportunity. And I'm so glad I was blessed to be able to go there and have this experience. My husband was with me. He was in the waiting area. I think I was in there for almost an hour, and I was taking pictures, and I was just
Mhm.
soaking her up. So
Mhm.
that's one of my big favorites. So, how can folks learn more about blackpast.org and even volunteer with you?
Yes, it is blackpast.org is an educational resource that has reached over 65 million users to the site. And so we
Whoa.
invite everybody to go to the website, www.blackpast.org, first to learn and explore this Black history that Dr. Taylor was so committed to preserving. And then follow us on social media. Ensure that you're liking our post on Facebook and on Instagram. We have a variety of volunteer opportunities because all of the entries that are on blackpaths.org were written by people. They were written by everyday people. This is a volunteer based organization. And so we literally operate based on the generosity of people's involvement. And so we invite folks to visit the website and contact us if you have an interest in serving. We are going to be doing more programs, virtual as well as a few in person, including the one on February 7th. So there's plenty of room for everybody to get involved.
I love it.
And I think that one of the most important ways, again, is to actually contribute, to donate, because in any dollar amount helps. Because as we know, we are living in times where folks who are um, vicious are literally trying to dismantle
Absolutely.
in front of our eyes, in broad daylight,
Yes.
our history.
Yes.
And so we have to defend Black history in this moment. We have to be fearless, and we have to come together to defend. And so one way that we do that is to ensure that sites like blackpaths.org is not attacked in any way.
I agree. It's just, I feel like we're going backwards instead of going forward. So can you give us a sneak peek of who some of the featured artists are? I know you said you're having African dance and drumming. Who's leading that one?
That is our wonderful community group, Adefua.
That's what I was hoping. Okay.
Adefua will be in the house.
All right.
And they will be performing African dance and drumming. We have the New Beginnings Mass Choir who will be performing. They will literally take us to church with their musical renditions, but also songs of inspiration, songs of cultural heritage. So this is a program that is meant to really lift the spirit and to inspire us to go on. And they will be singing songs like, I feel like going on, though trials come on every hand. I feel like going on. And songs like, I just can't give up now. I've come too far.
Right.
So these songs are sacred reminders for us. And so those are a couple of the performers. We will have remarks by the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Washington. He was a very close friend to Dr. Taylor, so he'll be there giving remarks, as well as the President Emeritus of the University of Washington. She also was a very close friend to Dr. Kelsey. We will also have the Secretary of the Smithsonian Institution. He'll be joining via video to give remarks. He and Dr. Taylor are longtime friends because Secretary Lonnie Bunch was the curator at the California African American in Los Angeles, while Dr. Taylor was researching the history of Blacks in the West. And so they're longtime friends. So Secretary Lonnie Bunch will be joining us remotely via video, and several other special moments that will occur during that program.
Oh, it sounds really nice. And I know you have a number of vendors, and I know one of the vendors is AARP Washington. I'm on the executive council for AARP Washington. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend the event, but I will make sure that I watch it on YouTube later. But what other community vendors do you have?
Well, let me say that, yes, blackpaths.org is so grateful and excited that AARP Washington is not only a vendor, but a sponsor of the event. Your generosity is helping to make this program possible. And we are so grateful for AARP Washington's partnership. We're also grateful to the Casey Family Programs for their generous partnership that's making this program possible. A few of the other vendor tables will include Estelita's Library, which is a Black-owned library and bookstore in Seattle, and they will be present with literature that tells our stories.
All
We
right.
will have the University of Washington. They will have an info table because Dr. Taylor was a beloved
Yes,
professor of history there,
absolutely.
award winning, and they will be present. We will also have, well, the University of Washington Black Graduate Student Association. They will be present because they will be volunteering at the event. They'll be our lead volunteers there. We have Delbert Richardson's
I know
Unspoken
Delbert.
Truths,
Yes.
American History Traveling Museum
Hmm. Brother
in
got
full.
an award at the MLK breakfast last week.
Good.
Yeah, he's doing it. It has been for
Congrats.
years.
I know it. Congrats, Delbert. The village is proud of you and so
Abs-
happy for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to throw a plug in concerning AARP. We many people I'm sure don't know, but there is a chapter of AARP in Seattle. In fact, there used to be 30 chapters, and we are the last one. I'm the president of it. We're the last one. And if you're interested in knowing more about our chapter and joining us, please call me at 206-683-2636. We normally meet on the third Tuesday of the month, but this Tuesday, in February, we're going to be participating in AARP's grand movies for grandparents. So we won't be meeting. But I just invite you to just give me a call, 206-683-2636. We're always open for new members, and we would just love it if you would come join us and help us finish planning our year. We always have a barbecue in August, and that's a fun time at Seward Park. But anyway, I'll tell you, if you're interested in being a member and you attend the meeting, I'll tell you more about that. But anyway, back to LaNesha. Pardon me for going into your time, dear, but I
No,
just
that's
had
our
to throw
time.
that in there.
I'm so glad you did because with AARP Washington's table at the event, we are so excited to be able to just have information about the resources of AARP Washington and all that you all do and all that this particular chapter continues to do as the only chapter in the state of Washington. And you are the president of that,
Yeah.
leading the way, Miss Brenda. We are
Thank
proud of
you.
it.
It's as anything, there's work, but I believe in this, and I believe that especially for our community, we need to be involved. And so, and if you're a AARP member, which you can start at 50, somebody told me the other day 45. I don't know. I got to check on that. I think they're just sending out materials when you're 45, but I believe it's 50. But I'll double check on that because if that's the case, I could talk to a few more people,
Including me.
including you. Yes.
If I can come on in now, let me join.
All right. I'm going to check it out. But let's see, what else did I want to talk with you? If there, feel free to jump in on anything that I might have missed about what's happening with the organization, or oh, um, you and I had talked before, and you talked about activities, why activities like this are important at this moment, and you talked about forces of fear. And especially about banning books. Can you talk a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. Well, yes, because the idea of blackpast.org actually began well before any of us were born, even before Dr. Taylor was born. It actually started when W.E.B. Du Bois and Carter G. Woodson and other Black intellectuals of the 1920s, when they were attempting to envision something called Encyclopedia Africana. They wanted to create a series of books about Black history and about African history and African diasporic history. There were just lots of challenges to get that project off the ground. And so it never came to fruition during the lifetime of Du Bois or Woodson. Um, And what it represented, though, was the importance of our stories, our history being written as a record that will be preserved for posterity, for generations. And that's why ensuring that access to African American books continue, that we push back against any book banning
Right.
of books that tell our stories and that reflect our culture, no matter how um, um, no matter how gruesome those stories are.
Yeah. And there was some of that.
History is a very gruesome thing, and we have to have the courage and the integrity to face both the victories and the violence of our shared history. And these book bans are trying to um, distort and diminish reality, what was. And so we are concerned, and we need to continue to activate against book bans. And so what blackpast.org is doing is continuing to publish stories. We have 10,000 pages of content on the site.
Wow. Well, LaNesha, I've got 1 minute left, but I also want to say that I buy Black calendars that I give out to certain people for Christmas. That,
Yes.
you know, and I think that's another way to get out the word about us. You know, it's not just books, because books are important, but some people's mind span may not be long enough to read. So every month when they flip over the calendar, they can read something and hopefully retain it and share it. My
That's
dear, it has been great having you on the show. This time has gone by so fast, I can't believe it. And I know my producer is going to be yakking at me in a minute saying, okay, time up, time up. So I will have you back on if you're willing to come back to this humble station.
Happy to.
And I will be connecting with you so we can get together for lunch and talk some more. I'd like to thank my guest, of course, for being here, but also my friend MC Class for the use of his music Ragtime. Please go to the event on February 7th. She's told you how to reach it. Have a great weekend. Go Hawks, be safe, and live your life like it's golden. Thanks for listening.